guess I'm eating candy. Let's read before I get too tired. It's the 7th. I've been here when I was like 18, but I not remember. I've been this Louvre Museum in Paris.
Louvre. Coordinates 48 degree 5140 and 2 degree 209. This is a good article. Click here for more information. Musée du Louvre. The Louvre Museum map. Established 10 August 1793. Location Musée du Louvre. Louvre. Coordinates 48 degree 5140 and 2 degree 209. This is a good article. Click here for more information. Musée du Louvre. The Louvre Museum map. Established 10 August 1793. Location Musée du Louvre 75001. Paris, France. Type Art Museum and Historic Site Collection. Size 615,797 in 2019. 1. 35,000 on display. 2. Visitors 8.9 million. 2023. 3. Ranked 1st nationally. Ranked 1st globally in 2022. Director Laurence Descartes. Curator Henri de Roquebrune. Public Transit Access. Palais Royal Musée du Louvre. Paris Metro. Paris Metro Line 1. Paris Metro Line 7. Louvre Rivoli. Paris Metro. Paris Metro Line 1. The Louvre, English /love, /Louvre, -r, 4, or the Louvre Museum, French, Musée du Louvre, Mise de Louvre, is a national art museum in Paris, France. It is located on the right bank of the Seine in the city's one-star arrondissement, district or ward, and home to some of the most canonical works of Western art, including the Mona Lisa and the Venus de Milo. The museum is housed in the Louvre Palace, originally built in the late 12th to 13th century under Philip II. Remnants of the medieval Louvre fortress are visible in the basement of the museum. Due to urban expansion, the fortress eventually lost its defensive function, and in 1546 Francis I converted it into primary residence of the French kings. 5. The building was extended many times to form the present Louvre Palace. In 1682, Louis XIV chose the Palace of Versailles for his household, leaving the Louvre primarily as a place to display the royal collection, including, from 1692, a collection of ancient Greek and Roman sculpture. 6. In 1692, the building was occupied by the Académie des Inscriptions et Belles Lettres and the Académie Royale de Peinture et de Sculpture, which in 1699 held the first of a series of salons. The Académie remained at the Louvre for 100 years. 7. During the French Revolution, the National Assembly decreed that the Louvre should be used as a museum to display the nation's masterpieces. The museum opened on the 10th of August, 1793 with an exhibition of 537 paintings, the majority of the works being royal and confiscated church property. Because of structural problems with the building, the museum was closed from 1796 until 1801. The collection was increased under Napoleon and the museum was renamed Musée Napoleon, but after Napoleon's abdication, many works seized by his armies were returned to their original owners. The collection was further increased during the reigns of Louis XVIII and Charles X, and during the Second French Empire the museum gained 20,000 pieces. Holdings have grown steadily through donations and bequests since the Third Republic. The collection is divided among 8 curatorial departments: Egyptian antiquities, Near Eastern antiquities, Greek, Etruscan, and Roman antiquities, Islamic art, sculpture, decorative arts, paintings, prints and drawings. Website louvre.fr. The Musée du Louvre contains approximately 500,000 objects, 8, and displays 35,000 works of art in 8 curatorial departments with more than 60,600 m2, 652,000 square feet, dedicated to the permanent collection. 2. The Louvre exhibits sculptures, objets d'art, paintings, drawings, and archaeological finds. At any given point in time, approximately 38,000 objects from prehistory to the 21st century are being exhibited over an area of 72,735 square meters, 782,910 square feet. It received 8.9 million visitors in 2023, 14% more than in 2022. But still below the 10.1 million visitors in 2018. 9. Location and visiting. Aerial view of the Louvre Palace and Tuileries Park. The Louvre Museum is located inside the Louvre Palace, in the center of Paris, adjacent to the Tuileries Gardens. The 2 nearest metro stations are Louvre Rivoli and Palais Royal Musée du Louvre, the latter having a direct underground access to the Carrousel du Louvre commercial mall. 10. Before the Grand Louvre overhaul of the late 1980s and 1990s, the Louvre had several street-level entrances, most of which are now permanently closed. Since 1993, the museum's main entrance has been the underground space under the Louvre Pyramid, or Hall Napoleon, which can be accessed from the pyramid itself, from the underground Carrousel du Louvre, or, for authorized visitors, from the Passage Richelieu connecting to the Louvre by Rue de Rivoli. A secondary entrance at the Porte des Lions, near the western end of the Dinan wing, was created in 1999 but is not permanently open. 11. The museum's entrance conditions have varied over time. Prior to the 1850s, artists and foreign visitors had privileged access. At the time of initial opening in 1793, the French Republican calendar had imposed 10-day weeks, French decades, the first 6 days of which were reserved for visits by artists and foreigners, and the last 3 for visits by the general public. 1237 in the early 1800s. After the 7-day week had been reinstated, the general public had only 4 hours of museum access per week, between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. 13. 8 in 1824, a new regulation allowed public access only on Sundays and holidays. The other days the museum was open only to artists and foreigners, except for closure on Mondays. 12. 39 That changed in 1855 when the museum became open to the public all days except Mondays. 12. 40 It was free until 1922, when an entrance fee was introduced except on Sundays. 12. 42 since its post-World War II reopening in 1946. 12. 43 The Louvre has been closed on Tuesdays, and arbitrarily open to the public the rest of the week except for some holidays. The use of cameras and video recorders is permitted inside, but flash photography is forbidden. 14. Beginning in 2012, Nintendo 3DS portable video game systems were used as the official museum audio guides. The following year, the museum contracted Nintendo to create a 3DS-based audio-visual visitor guide. 15. Entitled Nintendo 3DS Guide, Louvre. It contains over 30 hours of audio and over 1,000 photographs of artwork and the museum itself, including 3D views. 16. And also provides navigation thanks to differential GPS transmitters installed within the museum. 17. The upgraded 2013 Louvre Guide was also announced in a special Nintendo Direct featuring Satoru Iwata and Shigeru Miyamoto demonstrating it at the museum. 18. And 3DS XLS preloaded with the guide area available to rent at the museum. 19. As of August 2023, there are virtual tours through rooms and galleries accessible online. History. Before the museum, below-ground portions of the medieval Louvre are still visible. 20. 32 The Louvre Palace, which houses the museum, was begun by King Philip II in the late 12th century to protect the city from the attack from the west, as the Kingdom of England still held Normandy at the time. Remnants of the medieval Louvre are still visible in the crypt. 20. 32 Whether this was the first building on that spot is not known, and it is possible that Philip modified an existing tower. 21. The origins of the name Louvre are somewhat disputed. According to the authoritative Grand Larousse Encyclopedic, the name derives from an association with a wolf hunting den, via Latin, a lupus, Lower Empire, a lupara. 21. 22. In the 7th century Bergen de Fara, also known as Saint Fair, abbess in Millau, is said to have gifted part of her villa called the Louvre situated in the region of Paris to a monastery. 23. Even though it is doubtful that this land corresponded exactly to the present city of the Louvre. The Louvre Palace has been subject to numerous renovations since its construction. In the 14th century Charles V converted the building from its military role into a residence. In 1546, Francis I started its rebuilding in French Renaissance style. 24. After Louis XIV chose Versailles as his residence in 1682, construction works slowed to a halt. The royal move away from Paris resulted in the Louvre being used as a residence for artists, under royal patronage. 24, 20, 42, 25. For example, 4 generations of craftsman artists from the Bole family were granted royal patronage and resided in the Louvre. 26, 27, 28. Meanwhile, the collections of the Louvre originated in the acquisitions of paintings and other artworks for monarchs of the House of France. At the Palace of Fontainebleau, Francis collected art that would later be part of the Louvre's art collections, including Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa. 29. The Cabinet du Roi consisted of 7 rooms west of the Galerie d'Apollon on the upper floor of the modeled Petite Gallery. Many of the king's paintings were placed in these rooms in 1673, when it became an art gallery, accessible to certain art lovers as a kind of museum. In 1681, after the court moved to Versailles, 26 of the paintings were transferred there, somewhat diminishing the collection, but it is mentioned in Paris guidebooks from 1684 on, and was shown to ambassadors from Siam in 1686. 30. By the mid-18th century there were an increasing number of proposals to create a public gallery in the Louvre. Art critic Etienne Lafont de Saint-Yen in 1747 published a call for a display of the royal collection. On the 14th of October, 1750, Louis XV decided on a display of 96 pieces from the royal collection mounted in the Galerie Royale de Peinture of the Luxembourg Palace. A hall was opened by Lenormand de Tourneham and the Marquise de Marigny for public viewing of the king's paintings, tableaux du roi, on Wednesdays and Saturdays. The Luxembourg Gallery included Andrea del Sarto's charity and works by Raphael.